day is. No, you don't. Because my days keep changing. So I am again on my long drive. Actually, it's a beautiful day, beautiful morning. If I could, I don't know how to do it, I would flip it and show you what I'm looking at going down. It's like a little hill, and going down it's all green. Yeah, but then again, it's gonna be raining and storming on the way back, which I don't like. But anyway, good morning. You know, this, I got a new car, and this one, when I put the phone, it's like right there, so it shows everything. I look at my previous post, and all my, what's the word I'm looking for, all the stuff on my face showed up. But anyway, you're not paying attention to that, right? Because you know we're not using makeup under all these masks. Especially now, we're back to wearing the shield when I go in the facilities. Oh shoot, I forgot to put it in the car again. Even though I put it in my phone, I still forgot. Oh my gosh. Anyway, guys, I am so happy to be talking to you today. I decided to get myself a latte, which is my cheat for the week. I've been good. I have been good. Had no meat yesterday. I am still on my 120-day health challenge. On day 30, I said I wasn't going to do a live every day. I'm just going to be doing one on day 60, and then on day 90, and then day 120. You know, when I look at how slow the process is of reshaping my body, I think it's going to take me the whole 120 days. Now, I know it's working because I know how my clothes are fitting. So, I'm not stepping on the scale still. I thank God for health and well-being where I can still work. I feel neurologically stable. I'm present. My mind is clear, especially after a little bit of caffeine. Yeah, that's why I couldn't take any drugs. I probably would be knocked out, because only a little caffeine just kind of brightens me up. It does. So I got myself a latte. You know, I'd been going to that Dunkin' Donut next to my house, and then I stopped going because the little kids there, they're just chit-chatting, and they're not so skilled in making a latte, and I can tell from this one. When you get a great latte, you know, because I remember we used to make them. What do I want to talk about today? I was thinking about resilience, right? Resilience to me means the ability to bounce back, to stay grounded, and to hang in there no matter what life throws at you. You know, I still make a lot of references to my COVID survivor group, and it is so heartening when I hear somebody post something, you know, small victory. Somebody said, you know, I was able to vacuum my house today, and I know I'm going to pay for it, but I'm so grateful. Can you imagine that? Being excited and grateful about something so simple as having the ability to hold a vacuum and clean your house. Well, unless you've had COVID, and unless you're a long hauler, you probably don't understand the importance. So resilience allows you to celebrate those small little things. And that's how you build your arsenal. That's how you build your quiver. The thing that's going to keep you grounded when you hit with that, you know, that thing that just hits you upside the head and you feel like you got slammed, right? So resilience, the ability to bounce back, the ability to stay grounded in the midst of chaos and in the midst of extreme trauma. Because if you think about it, have you ever asked yourself, how do some people do it? Huh? Yeah, How do people recover from trauma and even thrive? How do people apparently suffer unbelievable trauma and suffering, but they're still kicking, right? And you wonder, you say, oh my God, I don't think I could handle that. And the tendency is for you to feel like, well, maybe he or she's wired that way. Not necessarily. Just like leadership. We'll talk about leadership another day. You know, there is this debate. Are leaders born or they're made? To me, it's a mix. It's a mixed bag, right? So, resilience, I think it starts in childhood. And this is the difficulty for a lot of people if they did not grow up in an environment. It doesn't have to be, even in their family. I'm talking about an environment. They say it takes a village to raise a child. It takes everybody to influence a child. Some people have become great leaders. They didn't have a stable home, right? They probably had somebody in their life who was a great influencer, right? That person who helped shape the individual. And that's why I love biographies. That's why I love to read about how, people grow up and what has shaped them into being the person that they are. So the environment that you grow up in, that you raise in, really instills in you and builds in you the capacity to thrive in the midst of difficulty. And as parents, if you have kids, oh my God, that's another whole different, talk about parenting. Parents who do not allow their kids to strategize and to problem solve are going to raise adults who are not equipped, right? If you as a parent are always stepping in to solve your child's problems, how are they going to develop the skills to say, okay, what is the best decision in this situation? What are the pros and cons? You have to teach your child to look at a situation, at a problem, analyze it, decide what the best course of action is. And this is what is going to equip that child, that teenager, that young adult to make those decisions that are going to impact their life for the long run, right? So when you marry someone who has not developed those skills, it becomes a challenge. And people struggle in relationships when you have someone who has no clue, someone who just gets totally blown away by every little thing that happens to them. Is drama after drama after drama. Woe is me this, woe is me that. And for people who have developed the skill, and when you around someone like that, it's exhausting. It's like it's sucking the life out of you, right? So as a parent, please make sure you understand how to parent your child and to allow and equip that child to grow up to be strong, to be able to handle life, because life is going to throw you some punches. I mean, there is no escaping that. You're going to have to dig yourself a hole and get in there and stay there if you don't want to get hit. You're going to get hit. Whether it's your health, whether it's in career, whether it's relationships, you're going to get hit. How you handle those crises, that's where you have to go deep into your reserves and pull all those skills that you've accumulated over time and say, okay, how am I going to handle this, right? That's how you do that. So as an adult, for example, I remember when we were in school as nurses, you learn, I forgot what they called it again. There was something I used to give to my staff when I hired them. Developmental abilities or whatever. You'd have to expect like a child from 3 to 5 should get those skills. They can dress themselves, they can sit at a table, they can, function and pay attention for an hour or so, stuff like that. So at every stage in life, there's certain skills that are expected. So if you go to the Academy of Pediatrics, for example, if you wanted to Google that, you're going to see certain life skills. Like when you have a baby, at 4 months, you expect that the baby at least is going to start wanting to raise up. That's why if those things are not happening, then it's like ding, ding, ding. You're going to have to go to the doctor and find out if they have delays, and then you can address the issues. So, I'm focusing a lot on middle age because that's the age that I'm in. The skills that we have to accumulate to be able to become resilient. Things like, how do you bounce back if you have a wayward child? For example, if you have a child, I was looking at something on my calendar that popped up here, a reminder for me to do something. How do you handle a wayward child? A child who does not follow, what you've taught them. And resilience tests, one of them, I don't want to say number one, but one of them is that you can do whatever you think you should do for your child. Boy, I need lipstick. I miss lipstick. I'm a lipstick kind of girl, but I can't wear them under the masks. So how do you handle a child who doesn't seem to... Let me get this thing off so I can keep up with the time. 12 minutes already. How do you handle that? Do you ban them from your family, or do you allow them to go through certain things, or do you try to save them from every situation that happens? And how do you allow that situation to affect you as an adult? How do you handle disappointment in your relationships? How do you bounce back from a divorce, for a breakup? How many times you hear people almost committing suicide? How many times we've heard, people going and shooting little kids because they're going through a divorce? Those are people who have never learned how to handle hardships, okay? Things are not going to go your way 100% of the time. Sometimes you have to accept defeat. That's not easy to do, but that is part of life. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. Not everything in life is going to go your way. You have to accept that. Sometimes you're going this way and then you have to make a quick turn. Yes, we set goals, right? But goals, you can always change them. Sometimes there's a delay because something is happening in your life. This is how you build resilience. Don't get hung up on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and have a schedule and stress yourself out. You do not build resilience like that. You have to allow yourself to grow, allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to think. That's why I think it's nice to get away and take that time so you can reconnect with nature and think about your goals. It's really nice to write things out. You can put it on your iPad, on your phone. You got all kinds of ways to do that. But remember, resilience is what's going to help you to bounce back from all the stuff. And I'm being polite. I'm saying stuff that life is going to throw at you. So when you see somebody smiling through their pain, that's because they've become resilient. They've become resilient to experience, and you have to be intentional about developing those skills. All right, my time's almost up. I wanted to chat with you guys. I hope you have a great day. I'm loving how I'm feeling. God bless you. I love you. Au revoir. À la prochaine.